In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Nikola Jovic and how he shoots the basketball. No, this is not Jokic, this is Jovic, a younger player. Let's get down, let's check him out. Okay, so one thing that he does extremely well is his base. Check out his base, it's absolutely amazing. He has his shoulders over his knees, over his toes. This is a very balanced shot. He also, when he grabs that ball, he's already looking to shoot. We can see that when it comes to his left leg. He's looking to set up that kick down. Oh, he's on that line, but he's able to go up for that shot even if it's being contested. So when he gets this ball, he's looking at that net right away. He doesn't have all that much of a dip at all. He kind of holds it right at his waist, and then he rises up into his set point. Now his set point, he does have a two-motion set point where he brings it up to the middle of his forehead to then release that ball. When he brings that ball up into his set point from gather, he does tend to start bending his elbow halfway up. Now for some players, they like to not have this extra movement. It can cause inconsistencies, but if you've been practicing a lot, as obviously Jovic has been doing, we don't really have to worry about that. He also has his full right foot in front of his left. That's going to give him more power towards the net as well, and also helps line up his right side of his body. He does tend to be pretty well squared towards the basket. However, he does have a slight tilt away, but it is pretty square. Everyone shoots differently. We have to remember this. He also doesn't have a ton of knee bend. There's only about a 45-degree angle on that knee. However, what you are looking to see here is the fact that he's using most of his calves, and when you're going up for your shot with that slight shoulder forward over his knees, he's going to be using a lot of his lower back as well. Now, when he goes to release this ball, he doesn't have that much of a thumb flick at all. He actually doesn't have a thumb flick at all, unlike Curry's and other players like that who shoot from the middle of their forehead. However, when he goes up into his shot, it goes from the middle of his forehead over towards closer to the right side so that half the ball is over his shoulder. And then he goes to release that ball, and what he does tend to do is have a nice hard release, and then he brings back his arm really quickly off that shot. Now that pullback doesn't affect this shot. However, anytime you pull back early, obviously he was trying to avoid that defender. However, anytime you pull back early, it could affect that shot. Here we go with another shot. He again steps left, right, and we also do see again that he pulls back his arm yet again. That does tend to affect most players' shots, but it doesn't affect his. He also pulls back early here as well. But I also want to point out the fact that when he goes up for his shot, he goes literally straight up and straight back down. He doesn't drift forward. This is one of the reasons why he's such a consistent shooter at his height, because by going straight up and straight down, you're limiting the factors of jumping forward or sideways or backwards, which means that you don't have to adjust your shot all the time. You should be using most of your legs, and your upper body should really only be guiding that ball to where it needs to be. Now on turnaround jumpers, very similar to other European players like Dirk Nowitzki, he's able to kick that right leg up, and we also see this with Kobe Bryant and a lot of the really good players. I would also say Larry Bird is another one who used this technique, and everyone should be using it anyways, is because that right leg kick will allow him to get his right side of his body in line so that he has that shooting form. And that way he can get his shoulder and elbow in line with the basketball net. This is extremely important and a really overlooked point. This will allow you to do these left to right spins so that you can get that release, and that has a very nice release to it. Why he's able to get so much spin is because he's able to use his fingertips and not his palm, and that's allowing him to have control of the ball, but also really nice spin. We can also see that his hand is really wide on that ball, and that again allows him to have that control as well. We could even count almost, if the frame rate was faster, how many spins that ball has. And from the mid-range area, he has 3 rotations on that ball, which allows it to hit that rim super soft. He also already has NBA range on pull-up jumpers. Here he's going left-right once again, and he's able to pull up right in front of the Canadian's eyes, and he's able to drain that shot. So if you're mixing in a really nice looking shooting form with the consistency that he has in a young player with NBA range, I can foresee that Nikola Jovic is going to be a very good player at the NBA level. I hope to see him there soon. Of course, if this video has helped you shoot the basketball better, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.